Hello friends, welcome back to the Portraits of Fame channel. She experienced immense triumph during the 1980s and 1990s through tracks like In the Heat of the Night, Little Girl, and I'll Never Be, Maria Magdalena, all released in 1985. By now, you surely recognize the focal figure of our discussion today. She forms part of a lineage of female rock artists in Germany, initiated by Manuela, and subsequently producing internationally acclaimed representatives like herself, Nina Hagen, Nina, and Doro Pesch, despite Sandra's inclination towards pop and romantic genres. In 1985, Sandra attained triumph with her single, I'll Never Be, Maria Magdalena. This composition dominated charts in 41 nations across the globe, securing a position in the top 10 in over 20 countries.
Let's think about what we can do about this story. I would like to have that everything what I mean is coming in, and it means Johnny Wanna Live. It's not just one animal, it stands for every creature's pain.
But before we continue, I recommend you to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss out on valuable information like this today, okay? Sandra Ann Lauer, better known by her stage name Sandra, was born on May 18, 1962. In the city of Saarbrücken, the capital of the state of Saarland, Germany. She is a German singer and actress who currently resides in Ibiza, Spain. Sandra started her music career as the lead vocalist of the German group Arabesque in the 1980s before embarking on a successful solo career. Her father, Robert Lauer, is French, and her mother, Karen Lauer, is German. Sandra also had an older brother, Gaston, deceased in 1995, who was a paraplegic. Her father owned a wine shop in Saarbrücken, and her mother worked in a shoe store. Sandra showed an early interest in music and dance. She began learning classical ballet at the age of 5 and continued taking lessons for 10 years. When she turned 10, she received a guitar and started taking lessons with a teacher. In 1975, at the age of 13, Sandra attended a competition in Saarbrücken called the Young Star Festival, where new talents for the music industry were scouted. She wasn't actually part of the contest, but just sitting in the audience. When all the contestants finished their performances and the jury was discussing the results, she told her mother that she had to go to the restroom. She stood up, walked to the stage, convinced the DJ to play a cover version of an Olivia Newton-John song, grabbed the microphone, and started singing. Helped by the newfound recognition, she released the single Andy Mein Freund, a song about a pet dog. However, the single didn't chart well, as disco music dominated the charts, and she withdrew from the music scene for a few years. In 1979, Sandra joined Arabesque, a group composed of Michaela Rosa and Jasmine Vetter. With the band, a new period in Sandra's life began. For the first time, she was away from her family, performing on stage and TV shows in foreign countries, giving interviews, posing for photos, and singing in concerts. Arabesque became successful, and on Sandra's 19th birthday, she was a star. Arabesque was particularly popular in Japan and also had a top 10 hit in Germany with Marigot Bay in 1981. After 9 albums, differences in musical interests and the decline in popularity led to the group's breakup, and Sandra then participated in the series Sexual Healing. Sandra and Michael Cretu, who were already dating, soon decided to move to Munich. Michael created his own studio called Data Alpha after a song from his solo album, Legionnaire. Their first single together was in 1984, Japan is White, a cover of Alphaville's Big in Japan. The song managed to chart in several countries, including the German Top 20 and the Swiss Top 100. Maria Magdalena is one of Sandra's most famous songs. It was released in 1985 as the first single from her debut album, The Long Play, and reached number 12 in her home country. The song was written by the German songwriting duo Hubert Kimmler and Markus Lohr, also known as Hubert K. The lyrics of Maria Magdalena are about a mysterious woman who is seductive and intriguing. The song is a blend of pop, rock, and dance elements, with an electronic sound and a fast-paced rhythm. The single Maria Magdalena was an instant success in Europe, reaching the top of the charts in several countries, including Germany, Switzerland, Austria, and France. The song also found success outside of Europe, reaching the top 10 in the United Kingdom and the United States. The following single, In the Heat of the Night, continued her worldwide success, reaching number 2 in Germany and the top 5 in France and Brazil. The song also won first place at the Tokyo Music Festival in 1986. Shortly after the release of The Long Play, Sandra moved to London for 6 months. Helena Sheelan, a vocal instructor who had previously worked with artists like George Michael and Paul Young, taught Sandra English. On weekends, she would return to Munich to work on her new album. Mirrors was her second studio album, released in October 1986, and it reflected Michael Cretu's continued musical development. On this album, he worked more as a composer and featured singers like Hubert Kimmler, who was already popular in Germany under the name Hubert K. Innocent Love was the first of 4 singles from the album, entering the top 10 in France, while the second single, Hi, 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 became a worldwide success. The ballad Lorraine was the third single, and the electropop track Midnight Man, with Michael Cretu singing and appearing in the music video, became the fourth and final single from the album. Two years after her music debut in 1987, Sandra released a compilation of her hits called 10 on 1. Accompanying the compilation was a collection of videos that gave fans an insight into Sandra's private life and daily routines. Her version of Everlasting Love was a huge success, and for the first time, she had a hit on the Billboard charts. The music video featured Sandra and a male model portraying various lovers throughout history, such as Adam and Eve, Bonnie and Clyde, Cleopatra and Mark Antony, among others. The second single from the album, Stop for a Minute, became another success in Europe and was written specifically for the German TV series Tatort, where Sandra appeared singing the song in one of the episodes. On January 7, 1988, Sandra married Michael Cretu and moved to the Spanish island of Ibiza. She appeared in the film Forever, and in the same year, they worked on a new album for Sandra. They released Secret Land, which deviated slightly from pop to a more mysterious and seductive sound. 4 singles were released from this album. The first single, Heaven Can Wait, became a hit in France and Germany. The title track, Secret Land, became the second single, entering the German top 10.
Nobody knows who I am. Maybe you would understand. Anybody knows what I am.
The third single, We'll Be Together, was another hit in the German top 10. Around My Heart was the fourth single, reaching number 11 in Germany. In 1990, she participated in the film Big Romancer. To conclude, she released a remixed version of Everlasting Love, which was a hit on the UK charts, reaching number 45, and also in Sweden, the Philippines, South Africa, Brazil, and the United States. In the same year, Sandra participated in the project Artists United for Nature. From an early age, Sandra showed a unique sensitivity and a burning passion for art. She immersed herself in colors and shapes and found a safe refuge in every brushstroke she made. But life wasn't kind to her, and adversities emerged along her path. However, these trials only served to forge her determination and strengthen her resilience. Over the years, Sandra faced loneliness and helplessness, fought against misunderstanding and the oppressive expectations of society. But she didn't give up. On the contrary, she sought refuge in blank canvases, in the melodic notes of her voice, and in the poetry of the words flowing from her creative mind. May Sandra's story, known as Maria Magdalena, be an eternal reminder that regardless of the difficulties we face, we can transform our adversities into beauty and our pain into art. And thus, Sandra's story, filled with challenges, triumphs, and discoveries, has come to an end. It has left an indelible mark on her soul. Join in by leaving your comment below this video, sharing if you were also a fan of Sandra and her entire group. Well, if you found it interesting and enjoyed the information, take a few seconds to share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to receive the latest news about our content. A strong embrace. Until the next video, bye-bye.